Hello and welcome to the channel. Also welcome to the Yay or Nay series. So if you are new and you do not know what this series is about, allow me to explain to you very quickly. So this series is made to find the most agreeable Fighter's Pass for all characters. So how we do this is each video, each Monday, we'll discuss one character in particular per video. The way we talk about them, we will discuss their popularity. So we might go over some game sales or just interesting stats and tidbits. Maybe we talk about some relevancy, like when's the last time they actually had a game or made an appearance. And we'll even talk about some of their potential moves for their moveset. Why not? So basically how this works is you guys will down in the comments tell me yay or nay. Please start your comment with yay or nay and then dive into the reasoning for how you personally feel. Like, okay, yay, I like this character, or nay, I don't like this character. So it's a pretty simple idea. So yeah, again, I can't stress it enough. Please be clear with your answer. I do get people that make it very confusing and they never give a clear answer. So that's why I gotta emphasize, be clear with your answer. Either way, yay or nay or unsure, those are your options. So again, if I cannot tell who your answer or what your answer is for, I'm going to mark it as unsure. But then after that, each week we will get updated stats for everyone to see where they sit in terms of being a wanted character in Super Smash Bros. So that's it for the intro. Let's jump into today's character. Yay or nay, Monday is back again and we got ourselves a very fun character. Potentially the most unique character in terms of moveset for all of Smash Bros. In my opinion. So Astral Chain, Akira Howard is the character and series we are focusing on today. So let's jump into it, shall we? So Astral Chain is a newer IP from Nintendo that was developed by Platinum Games. They always do tremendous work. So the game actually itself, Astral Chain, released for the Nintendo Switch back on, I believe, August 30th of 2019. So been a year and a half, coming up on 2 years here. But in the game itself, you get to choose one of two playable characters. So you either choose the male or you choose the female. And no matter which one you choose, you are always referred to Officer Howard, and the other one will always be referred to as Akira Howard. So it doesn't matter which gender you choose. Basically, it's the same character name for both characters. So for the sake of argument, we're just going to call the character, or both of them, in this case, we're going to call them, there's a ping, but we're going to call the character Akira Howard moving forward, so there's no confusion. But like on a side note though, for Smash Bros, it kind of fits perfectly, doesn't it? You get 4 male and 4 female. Cool. That works, right? That could look pretty fun. But let's move on to some of the juicy stuff here. So Nintendo themselves, actually, and of course this would make sense, it's the first party game, but Nintendo themselves did promote this game very well leading up to the release of it. And I think that goes to show a great sign for what Nintendo envisions, or how they view this franchise potentially moving forward. So they put a lot of effort. And I know some people will be like, well, of course they are. It's a new first party. Why wouldn't they care? Well, I can't tell you how many times, whether it's Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever it is, doesn't matter the platform, I see first party games come out and then like within 2 weeks, you hear nothing about it ever again. And it's kind of like, oh, well, I guess they didn't really care about it too much. Or maybe there's very little to no marketing or promoting it. It's kind of like, all right, maybe they really don't think too highly of this project. But that's not the case for Astral Chain, which is good. So speaking of, having faith and for the series, look at these sales numbers here. The game itself actually surpassed 1.08 million copies sold. That's especially incredible, right? That's incredible for a brand new IP, and that was within like the first 7-8 months of the game. Sold over 1 million copies. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And even the quote, Takahisa Taru from Platinum Games, he even says the studio was impressed by the sales figures. So it's kind of showing that, all right, yeah, we weren't expecting 1 million, but hey, we surpassed that, and that's absolutely incredible. So hopefully that shows, a bright side a bright future for this game, for this series, and these characters moving forward. So, real quick, if you didn't know, here's a fun fact. Astral Chain did, in fact, receive a Spirit Board event. Back on, I think, January 17th is when it started, of 2020. So this was over a year ago. I mean, the spirits are still in the game, but the Spirit event included 4 separate spirits. And 2 of those spirits were the main protagonists, the male and the female. And then the other 2 were Kyle and Lappy. But the interesting thing about the male and female, their spirits themselves, they were never mentioned as Akira or Officer Howard. They were literally male from Astral Chain and female from Astral Chain. So if you want to give them a different spirit moving forward, you got a completely different name, or they could always update the spirit, I suppose. That's always possible. They have updated spirits in the past, so they could do it again for these, but that's kind of interesting. And here's another big thing. I know some people might say, okay, so what? You got a Spirit Board event. Not a big deal. Well, let me just compare this to first-party titles here. So back around the same time, right, that Astral Chain came out, there were some other big games. Super Mario Maker 2, huge game for Nintendo. Luigi's Mansion 3, very big game for Nintendo. A little bit later down the road, we had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, big game for Nintendo. There's also Super Mario Party, which, well, of course, was Nintendo as well. Those are all big releases for the Switch. And none of those series even received a Spirit event, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Kind of crazy. It's like Mario, Luigi, and Pokemon series franchise that you're talking about here. And they didn't get a Spirit Board event. It's not like they didn't have anything to pull from. There's plenty from those universes that you could turn into spirits. Even like 2 or 3, 4 spirits, whatever it might be. There's plenty to choose from. But yet none of the big series, none of those big franchises got a Spirit Board event. But here comes the newcomer. Here comes the new kid on the block, Astral Chain, going, ha, yeah, that's right. We got a Spirit Board event. How do you think about that? How do you like that? So that's pretty cool. So again, it does kind of seem to show that Nintendo is very, very high on the series, so good, right? Now let's move on to the character here real quick. So Akira being in Smash Bros, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree if you know the character and you know the game, but Akira being in Smash Bros would certainly have to be one of the most unique characters and have one of the absolute most diverse types of movesets, maybe even the most diverse moveset, with the ability of what we call Legion swapping. Legions are these like machine beast type things that your character kind of fights on the battlefield with. And there's several different ones, and they all act somewhat differently from each other. They all have their own unique mechanic or gimmick, if you will. So Legion swapping for Akira Howard in the moveset for Smash Bros. Sign me up. I want to see that. So let's get into a couple of the attacks here. So we're going to go very simple here. Neutral special. Simple thing. It's their blaster. They do have a blaster, so they got their own little projectile they can play around with. No, nothing too crazy here. Just, something that shoots out little energy type projectiles, and quite a bit of them actually. So nothing too crazy, probably a small damaging attack with, very little to no knockback. So simple attack for neutral special. But then let's get into the Legions. And there's actually so many different things I could show, but I'm just going to show one specific attack or ability that each of these Legions could use in the moveset somewhere. So if you didn't know, there's 5 different Legions. We have Arrow, we have Axe, we have Sword, we have Beast, and we have the Arm Legion. So I will show one attack ability right now, and we'll start with the Arrow Legion. The Arrow Legion, basically, kind of simple idea. It's another projectile type, but the Arrow Legion fires out, arrow attacks. These can either shoot straight across for one sort of attack, or you can even rain down arrows from above to kind of catch your opponent off guard a little bit. So it's kind of an interesting idea. Gives a little bit more uniqueness to the character. So just going to throw that out there, like the Arrow Legion. We do have the Axe Legion, which this one's kind of cool. This one's kind of cool in my opinion. It has the ability in the Astral Chain game, so I think it could work pretty well in Smash Bros. But it has the ability to grant the player 3 of these little rotating blue mini shields. Now, what do? Each shield itself can essentially block an attack. So I think that kind of, can sway the tide of battle in favor of Akira Howard. If, you know, say you get up to kind of high damage and you're like, uh-oh, I might be in danger of getting KO'd. Maybe you're trying to recover back on stage. Quick, pop this attack out. Now you got these 3 blue mini shields. And maybe you need to recharge them over time so you can't just keep like pop, 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 you know, so you can't just keep using the move over. Maybe you got to recharge them a little bit. But it's just cool. It allows, you know, each of those blue shields to kind of absorb one attack for free, no matter the power or strength of the attack. So interesting there. But we do have everyone's favorite type of weapon for Smash Bros. Sword Legion. And, well, what does the Sword Legion do? Well, surprise, surprise. It would probably perform some sort of slashing motion for, you know, allowing for a good damaging type attack. So, nothing too crazy there, but, you know, that's what it will do. It's just how it'll go. But let's move on to the Beast Legion. This one could be fun because the Beast Legion could have the ability to howl. Now, what does howl do? Well, howl in the Astral Chain game, it stuns the enemy briefly, allowing you to then follow up with something even more deadly. So that could be very fun. Stun the opponent real quick. So it's kind of like, say, Mewtwo's down special, right? You stun the opponent. They're kind of knocked out for a couple seconds. You want to charge up a big smash attack? Boom! Do that. You want to go into a throw combo? Boom! Go for that too. So the howl could be very fun for a different move. But we got to talk about the Arm Legion as well, the last one. Now this one I think could be kind of busted, so you got to be careful with how this one would be used. But basically, it shoots out, and the attack I think is called Gravity Storm. So it's like you shoot out this thing, and like this black hole type of deal, right? And it sucks the opponent, not you, but it'll suck the opponent into this one spot, and then the opponent is pretty much stuck there for a few seconds, so they can't really do anything. I mean, they could attack if they're on the ground. So, like, think of the black hole item in Smash Bros. If you get sucked into the black hole, well, then you're just kind of stuck there. I mean, you could attack, but you're not going to go anywhere. So the opponent kind of has free range on you. But again, to make this a little bit more fair, I think the time that you're caught in the Gravity Storm is just kind of, you know, very, very brief. Just a couple seconds, nothing too crazy. So, yeah, all the Legions itself, that's only one thing they could each do. But they have so much more to offer. So the moveset for Akira Howard is so off the charts that you need like 5 more charts even to kind of even get the idea of what this the moveset could be about. So for me, like, no doubt, Akira Howard would be one of, if not the most unique fighter on the entire Smash Bros. Roster. If the character had all the Legions, you know, had access to all the Legions for the moveset. Could be so much fun. But then again, you could make movesets with just 1, maybe 2 different Legions if you really wanted to kind of tone it down just a little bit. That's always possible as well. But for me, this is a character I personally believe should and will be a front runner for the next Smash game. I don't think Akira Howard's going to happen for Smash Ultimate, which is sad because I do have really high hopes for this character, but I don't think it'll happen for Ultimate. But then again, hold on. That doesn't mean I don't want the character. I 100% want the character. Whether it's this game for Smash Ultimate, whether it's the next game, whenever. This character gets a big yay from me. So, definitely a yay. Let me know what you guys think down below. Yay or nay. That is it for this one. Should be fun. I want to see what people's opinions are about this one. Newer character, you know, the Switch generation. Are they going to get more representation in Smash Bros. With playable fighters? ARMS did. Why can't Astral Chain? I don't know. But yeah, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.